Hey YouTube, this is MatriXcel working on behalf of Nightbloom Vision to bring you your fourth C++ tutorial. Alright, so in the recent tutorials we've been working with these constants, like just hard-coded numbers or strings and text. So we didn't really have a way to save them and store them into something and then use that again later. So today we're going to be talking about variables. Variables in C++ are pretty much like variables in math. So okay, so let's get started here. I'm going to delete this sign. Alright, so in this tutorial I'm going to be talking about arithmetic types specifically, and you'll see what I mean right now. Okay, so to define a variable, we need to first define the type the variable is going to store. So in C++ we have various types, and today we're just going to be talking about the arithmetic types, like I said. So one of those arithmetic types is what you call an int, which stands for integer. So integers store positive and negative whole numbers. A equals 5. So right now we just created a variable named A, which is an integer, and we put the value 5 into that variable. Ctrl F5, and you can see it prints out 5. And integers can also store negative numbers, -5. But one thing integers can't store is numbers with a decimal place value in them. We do this, and you can see that it truncates the number to an integer. It basically deletes the decimal part. Okay, so you might be wondering then, how do we represent decimal place values? Well, we can use what's called a float. A float can also represent positive and negative variables, but the only difference is that it can store what you call floating point values, or numbers with a decimal place part within them. You can see percent 5.3. You can also negatives, -5.3. Alright, so that's great, but we just been printing out variables. So what can we do with variables? Well, you can do what you normally do with mathematical constants, except in this case you can just store them inside variables and then you can use them whenever you want. Do a plus b here, and you get 11. See, we can just use variables as a substitute for these constants. And you can subtract them. As you can see, you get -1. Multiply them. You get 30. And we can divide them. So you get 0.8333. Okay, now what if we try to divide an int with another int? Because we know that integers can only store values without a decimal place portion, a fractional portion. So what if we try to divide two integers? Then what do we get? You see, we get 0 because the division gets truncated down. It completely eliminates the decimal portion of it. And we're going to be talking more about that later, about types and stuff like that, and how they get converted. How do you convert one type to a different type? And what I really want to talk about in the upcoming tutorials is some basic computer science data storage concepts, like the bits and the bytes and stuff like that, and how these types of data are actually stored at the lower level, because this is going to be essential moving forward. So if I don't talk about this, I won't be able to talk about some very important concepts. So in the next few tutorials, I will be talking more in depth about types and how they are actually represented and stored. All right, so that was just a basic overview of C++ arithmetic types. I'm MatriXcel again, working on behalf of Night Bloom Vision. Join our Discord, subscribe below, comment, like, and donate to our Patreon. Thanks for watching.